On my birthday, Grandpa asked, "Did you ever get the car I sent you?" For as long as I can remember, I've always been the invisible daughter in my family. My parents only had eyes for my younger brother. He was their sunshine, while I was just air. Birthdays were the worst. When I turned 18, my parents said they couldn't help me with college because he needed more support. So, while my brother slept in and played video games all day, I worked double shifts at the mall, folding shirts, forcing a smile for strangers while my family didn't even look at me. The only person who ever made me feel special was my grandfather. He lived far away but called every month. He always told me, "You're stronger than you know." Last year on my birthday, my parents did something weird. They actually bought me a cheap grocery store cake. They said it was from Grandpa. I thought it was strange, but at least someone remembered me. A week later, my parents suddenly had money for new clothes, fancy dinners, and a beach trip. Of course, they didn't take me. "You have to work, don't you?" My father had laughed. I spent that week alone, folding jeans at the mall, pretending it didn't hurt. I should have known something was off. This year, Grandpa called. "I'm coming for your birthday. Get ready for a real dinner. Invite everyone." When he showed up, he hugged me so tight I felt like a kid again. We went to a fancy restaurant. Grandpa asked about my job, my dreams, things my parents never cared about. My brother just rolled his eyes and scrolled on his phone. Then, right after dessert, Grandpa looked at me and asked, "Did you like the car I sent you last year?" I froze. "What car?" I said. He blinked. "A sports car I bought for your birthday." "Didn't your parents give it to you?" The whole table went dead silent. My mother's face turned pale. My father dropped his fork. My brother wouldn't look at me. We sold it." My mother finally whispered. "We needed the money." I could feel my heartbeat in my ears. All those times they mocked me for working while they sold the car my grandpa bought for me. Grandpa's face turned red. He stood up so fast his chair almost fell. "You betrayed my trust. You stole from my granddaughter." My parents tried to lie, then begged, but Grandpa just turned to me and said, "Come with me. You're not staying here another night." 1 week later, I was on a plane with Grandpa. He gave me a room in his house, helped me get a real job, and told me to pick any car from his garage. I chose the brightest, red one, just to remind myself I'd never be invisible again. Months later, my phone buzzed. It was my parents, begging for help because Grandpa cut them off. They'd lost everything. When my mother asked me for money, I just said, "Ask your favorite child to save you," and I hung up.